Hi guys, my name's Lauren. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a tutorial for you on this yellow eyeshadow look. I'm using a lot of the Fenty beauty products that I picked up during the Sephora sale. I use the foundation, the primer, I even tested out the Fenty Beauty sponge, which I had never used before, and the amazing Trophy Wife Killawatt highlighter. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so to start this look today, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Primer. So this is the Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer. Nice little pump. I like that. So I'm going to do about 2 pumps to start working this into the skin. So the claims for this say a smooth, pore diffusing finish, extended makeup wear. Now I have combination skin. I have a oily T-zone. I get a little bit dry around my chin and my mouth. I have been testing out the primer and the foundation over the past few days. I do really feel like it does have that lasting power, and I also feel like it does give me a nice mattified finish. It feels nice and smooth. It's not really silicone-y. It's kind of more like a lotion-y texture. The only thing that I do already have done on my face are my brows. I use the Benefit Brow Contour Pro, and then I set that with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Now that that's all smoothed into the skin, we're ready to go in with the foundation. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I have mine in the shade 140. And now again, these products from the Fenty Beauty line I picked up during the Sephora VIB appreciation sale. So I was able to get the 20% off on these. And I also picked up the Fenty Beauty sponge. This I just really wanted to test out. I've been wanting to switch it up from the Beauty Blender and just see how this works. So I did get this wet. It did get about 1.5 times its original size. It feels nice and soft and squishy. I'm going to take about 2 pumps onto the sponge to start and to start blending that out. So as far as the claims for the foundation, it says medium to full coverage for all, long wear, light as air. I do agree with that because I feel like it already, as you can see, it's giving me nice coverage, but it really feels like there's nothing on my skin. It does dry down to a nice matte finish, so I really like that because I do have some oily areas on my skin. Take another pump for the forehead. I do have some redness going on today, and I feel like it's doing a really nice job of covering that up. So the big thing with the Fenty Beauty when it first came out was that it was meant to cater to everyone in all skin tones, and I really feel like there's a lot of good options. I believe there's like 40 colors in the line, so there's a lot of different undertones, a lot of different shades. You can go into Sephora and they can help you out. What I did, I went in first before I purchased it and had myself shade matched, and then I was able to get a few day supply sample in a little jar, so I was able to really test it out before I made the purchase. So if there's a foundation, whether it's this or any other high-end foundation you're thinking about purchasing, but you're afraid to kind of take the plunge if you're not sure, heading to Sephora and getting a sample is a really good option. So now I think I've got it just about all blended in. I'm going to drag it down my neck a little bit. I feel like on camera it's looking a little bit fair, but in person it really looks like it matches perfectly. It might just be from the window that I have in front of me here. But of course we're going to go and bronze it up the skin and add blush and all that. Okay, so here it is all blended out. I think it looks really nice and smooth, and I really like the sponge. I'm not sure if I like it better than the Beauty Blender yet, but I think it has a really nice soft texture to it. I really like that. Okay, so here's the foundation here. I think it looks nice and smooth. I do agree with the full coverage finish. and I do think it is buildable as well. I did have some redness on my cheeks and on my nose, and I was able to add a little bit more and get that all covered up. For my concealer today, I'm also going to be using a newer item that I picked up in my Sephora appreciation sale haul, and if you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link to that down below. This is the Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear Concealer, and I have mine in the shade 1N. So I'm just going to go in with this like I would with any other concealer. I'm going to take that Fenty Beauty sponge again and just blend out the concealer. This concealer I have been testing out over the past few days as well, and I'm really liking it so far. It's a little different because I'm so used to the Tarte Shape Tape and how intense that one is, but I'm really liking this. It does claim that it's supposed to be crease free. I don't feel like any concealer is really ever going to be crease free for me, but I feel like it's pretty close. It does a really nice job. Nice smooth finish. I would call this more of maybe a medium to full coverage as opposed to the Shape Tape, which is super full coverage. So I think this is nice for more of like an everyday basis. I also really like the shape of this sponge, how it has like that flat side and that flat top edge to get right up under the eye and blend out any of those little lines or creases with the concealer. And now, even though we're not using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, I do have a fairly new product to me. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Powder. I picked this up at Ulta. I was just really intrigued to try this because I love the Shape Tape so much. So I'm going to use this to set under the eyes. It comes with a little puff, and it has this little, you can see, this mesh that kind of keeps the powder in. Super smooth. It's really finely milled. Really nice. And I actually picked up the brush that goes with it. This is a really fluffy, nice, soft brush. So I'm just going to dab the brush into the little mesh lining here. Tap off the excess and set that concealer. So now that that concealer is all set, I'm just going to take a light layer of the same powder and just dust it all over the face. So this will kind of just set everything down, so when we go back in with like our bronzer, blush, and highlighter, everything will blend out nice and smooth. So that powder I really like, and I really like it in combination with the concealer. I think it looks really nice and smooth under the eyes. Barely have just a little bit of creasing going on, but you know, a lot better than I feel like I typically am. So that combination I'm really liking so far. Now that we're using such a matte foundation, I want to go in with more of a luminous bronzer to kind of give a little bit of glow back to the skin. So I'm going to use my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Luminous Bronze Light. And this is what it looks like here. And I'm just going to take this brush from Eco Tools and bronze up the skin. I really like this bronzer. I think it has a really pretty finish. I'm also going to take a little bit of this Tarte Amazonian Clay blush. This is in the shade Royal. And add a little color to the cheeks. See, we're already starting to come back to life here. So I'm finished with the face makeup for right now. I'm going to take a break from this for a second. I'm going to go ahead and do the eyes, and then I'm going to finish up the face and do the highlighter. So for the eyes, I'm going to be doing a yellow eyeshadow look, and I'm going to be using the Subculture palette, and the main color that we're going to be using here is called Edge. That nice mustardy yellow right here. I really wanted to do a yellow eyeshadow look. I feel like it'll be nice for, you know, transitioning from summer to fall, so kind of that warm color, but I feel like you can just do one shade over your entire lid, something super simple and easy, but because it's that yellow, it's a different pop of color, it makes it look like you put a lot of effort into it. So I'm just gonna dab into Edge here. This is just a brush that the palette came with. Tap off the excess and be careful, this palette is very pigmented. So I'm just gonna start blending this into the crease and down onto the lid. Okay, see, it's kind of a nice mustardy yellow color. All over the lid, and buff it up into the crease. So it's still kind of like just if you were to do like a warm brown, but it just gives it a little bit something extra with that yellow tone. Okay, so that's it for the lid color. Nice and easy, just one shade, but you can see what it makes it look like. We've maybe got like two different colors going on here, because we've got that dimension going on by blending it up into the crease. Just be careful if you're using the Anastasia shadows, especially the Subculture palette. It's very, very pigmented. So just start with a little bit and gradually build it up. One of the main reasons I really wanted to do a yellow eyeshadow look is because during this sale I also picked up the Fenty Beauty Trophy Wipe Highlighter. So this is a really beautiful gold. You can see that there. So I was really inspired to use this, which I think was going to go really nice with the yellow on the lid. But before we do the highlight, to finish up the eyes, I'm going to line my lower lash line and then also tight line with a dark brown eyeliner. And I'm also going to add a wing liner and pop on lashes really quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went in with a dark brown eyeliner from Estée Lauder in my lower waterline, and I also tight lined with that. I popped on the Ardell Wispies, the number 113, and then I used the Kat Von D Trooper liquid liner to line my upper lash line. So now we're going to go back in and finish the eyeshadow. I'm going to go back into the Subculture palette with the same brush, tap a little bit of that edge color again, and just buff it onto the lower lash line. Now for the best part, we're going to go in with the highlighter. Because I feel like the Trophy Wipe highlighter is going to be a little bit bold on my fair skin tone, I'm first going to go in with a Becca Moonstone highlighter. I just have the little travel size of this. And I'm going to pop this onto my cheekbones, and then I'm kind of going to use the Trophy Wipe as like a highlight topper. So we're just kind of laying a base down here, up around the temples. Now we're ready to go in with the Trophy Killawatt highlighter. And I'm going to show you again what it looks like. I'm going to do a swatch for you. See that there? Really, really pretty gold. So I'm going to use this just a little bit as our highlight topper. Okay, so it does have a little bit of glitter, but I don't mind it. I just think it gives a beautiful sheen, and I really like that with the yellow eyeshadow look. I feel like it just kind of gives that little extra something something. Okay, so I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this, tip of the nose, on my lip. Then I'm going to go in and use this a little bit of a brow bone highlight. Really pretty. I love that with that mustardy eyeshadow. And then as our inner corner highlight. I think that is a really gorgeous color. Oh, I love that with the yellow eyeshadow. And just to finish this look, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Expose Matte Liquid Lipstick. I just wanted to use a nice nude shade. I feel like the yellow can kind of be the star of the show here. Okay guys, so that is the finished look. I really like how the eyes turned out. I love how it's just basically one color, but it looks like we put a lot of time and effort into this, because it does have like that different tone to it rather than just your standard neutral brown. I also really love the Trophy Wipe highlighter. I was a little scared for my skin tone, thought it would be a little too much, but I think if we just use a little bit as, you know, that highlight topper, and then using it to make the inner corners of the eyes pop and on the brow bone, I think we made it really wearable. Okay guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this look. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you would like to see more videos like this, please give me a like and subscribe for more videos to come. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.